I'm waiting for my little tom-tom to upload so that I can tell you what my heart rate was. But in the meantime, let me share with you a lesson. And I think this is a real valuable lesson. And that is that we try to overcomplicate things and we try to do too many things at the same time. And because of that, most of the time, we do not do nearly as much as we can. And for that reason, I've adopted a principle that you know very well, and that is the Pareto principle, that we well known as the 80-20 principle. And if you take this to the extreme, you're going to find that if you've got 20 tasks today, as example, in your, let's say, in your business that you need to do, then that is going to be overwhelming. So what is the most important things that you must do for today? So the 25, if I take the top 20 principles or the top 20 tasks, is going to be only 5 tasks. And that is basically the 80-20 principle. But if you do it one level, if you take it one level further, then out of the 5 things, what is the most important thing that you can do and that you must do today? Now, I relate this back to my power goals. Okay, so, and I normally do it in more than one area of my life. For example, my health at the moment, I've got only one thing that I need to do on a day-to-day basis. This is it's going to take 30 minutes approximately. It's a little bit more than 30 minutes because it takes me about 2 to 3 minutes to warm up so that my heart rate is around 112, 114, and then I switch on the little tom-tom machine, and then I ease down after 30, 31 minutes. So it's a little bit longer than that. But that is, if you take the day, that is the one thing that I need to do in terms of my health. And then I'm doing exactly the same thing with my business. Now, I've got several businesses, so I decide which business to focus on, and then the only thing that I do is, what is the one thing? So the question that I'm teaching my students to ask on a day-to-day and a moment-to-moment basis is, what's the most important thing that I can and that I must do right now in order for me to achieve my power goal? And if, well, you're on the mentoring, the explosive growth mentoring, so you will know more or less what a power goal is. And it must be something that is a 10 out of 10 in terms of desirability, and it must be like a 10 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. The difficulty ratio must be 10 out of 10. And it's not necessarily on a day-to-day basis, but it's over a period of 91 days as an example, because to get your heart rate as an example one day for 30 minutes above 120, that's not too difficult. To do it consistently, that is where the challenge will start coming in. I think today is day 5 since I started monitoring this, but this is almost like a habit for me. Okay, so let's see if I can. So what must you do? Well, follow this. Go and have a look at all the tasks that you must do. And then what's the 20%, the most important 20% of the task that needs to be done on that day? And then break that down to the next level, to the 20%. In other words, at the end of the day, you're going to have 1 or 2 tasks. Focus on the most important task. See how far you can go with that. And even if you've done just that or a portion of that, and you can tick it off and say, this is what I've done, then you can pat yourself on the shoulders and say, well done, today was a perfect day. Right, so let's quickly see what the heart rate was. According to this, there's 32 minutes that I've practiced, and the heart rate on average was 132. So I think it's a great day. I hope you had a great day. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. By the way, tomorrow I'm going to change the sequencing of doing things. I've got a lot of things that I've planned for tomorrow evening, so I won't be able to do the half an hour. So I'm going to switch that to a morning session. And then from there, it's going to be a morning session instead of an afternoon session. And then I'm back into my normal rhythm. That's the way that I normally do things. It's quite early in the morning. Before 7, this will be done. but I'll give you the feedback at the end of the day or during the day. Right, so with that, looking forward to tomorrow, and be strong.